So today, first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to clear two things that I mentioned last time that I will be clearing out, like in what format the ls command shows the file sizes. Okay, that was one thing, and then another was when we use wc command, in what format it shows you the data, like how many words are there or how many lines are there or what is the size of that file, in what format it shows. So we will be covering that, and then we'll be moving to the other commands within this Linux fundamentals part one. So we will be going through this part, task 7, where we will be discussing the introduction to the cell operators. Okay. So first of all, what we will do, we will start our machine. We'll click on start the machine, and we will be clearing out these 2 points first of all, regarding this ls command and wc command that I told you in the last session, that whenever we are connecting next time we'll clear. So let's just wait for this to load and then we'll continue. Okay. Now, just an idea, are you aware of these operators in Linux like ampersand, double ampersand, and this greater than and double greater than signs?
Yes, actually, I completed these modules in TryHackMe.
Okay, it's almost up. Okay, fine. So now it's loaded. What we'll do, we'll move into the full screen mode by clicking here so that we can see the output clearly. Now, one thing was, in what file size format ls command shows uh, the data. Okay, so for example, if I run the ls command right now, right, here we have 4 folders and 3 files. Now, if I run ls-l to show me more information about these folders and files, here I can see the size of this file or this folder. Okay, now last time I told you guys I will get back to you regarding this, in what format it is. So it is in bytes actually. Okay, so 65 65,522 bytes. Okay, now if you want to read it in much better way, what we can do, we can use -l and h for human readable format. Okay, that also we can use. That what will it do? It will show us in kilobytes actually. So 64,000 kilobytes, and then uh, 4 kilobyte, again same for other folders as well. Okay, there's one more thing that you can use if you want to show any file size in MB or GB. You can use block size as well, and equals to MB, KB, and GB. Okay, that you can use. But the thing is, because the file size is very small here, it's not even 1 MB. Okay, if we use MB, it will directly show 1 MB, even though that's not true. Why? Because it tries to show you nearest MB size. Okay, if I use GB here, it will show 1 GB, even though it's not true. But that's how actually it works. But when we are not sure, what we can do, we can use the minimum size format, that is KB. And when we do that, we can again see that it is 66 KB, then 5 KB, 5 KB, like that. So that's one thing that we were going to discuss regarding this ls, like in what uh, file format size it shows the data. And now we will clear this thing. Another thing was similar. It was related to WC, so word count of any file, right? So for example, right now, if we see, we have access.log. Now, if we want to count how many files are there, right? Last time what we did, we used WC for word count, then -l to count the lines only, and then access.log, right? It shows us there are 302 lines within this particular file. Now, if we directly run without -l on this access.log, we see 3 data here. So this one, the first one is always line numbers. The second one is number of words. Okay. For example, if this file, a particular file contains, my name is Tom. Okay. So that means it contains 4 words. Okay. And similarly, this third one is the file size in bytes only. Okay. So as we can see, the same thing will with -l as well. When we know that the size of this access.log is 65,522 bytes, right? So same thing is here. It is the size of the file that will be shown whenever you run the WC command on a particular file. Okay. So number of lines, number of words, and the size of the file in bytes. Okay. So yeah, we are done with the past questions. Now, today what we'll do, we'll be going through the basic style operators on Linux, okay, which is ampersand, these four, and one more is there, that is pipe. So we will be going through that as well. So why, if we start with the ampersand, okay, it's written here as well that it is used to run a particular command in background, okay. Why we would need this? For example, you are copying a particular file or a particular folder from one place to another in Linux from this terminal only, and the size of that file or the size of that particular folder is really big, and it's going to take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. Okay, so you don't want the terminal to be hanged during that process or during the completion of that command, right? So what you will try to do, you will try to send, you will run the command and you will try to send that command in the background so that it keeps on running in the backend and you can do your work on the terminal. Okay, so one basic example what I will do, I will use ping command to ping google.com. Okay, why we use ping? Just to check whether google.com site is up and running or not. Okay, so if we do it, what it will do, it will keep sending messages. Right now, because we are on TryHackMe site, the command is blocked there actually. So what I will do, I will show it to you on my personal Kali Linux virtual box that we installed earlier. So here it is. So here what I will do, I will ping to google.com. Now it will send continuous ping request to google.com. Okay. And it is it will keep going on. Now, if I want to run any other command, for example, who am I here, it's not going to work, right? Because it's going on. So in case if I want to keep this ping going on and I want to gain access to terminal as well again, okay, what I can do, I can run this ping google.com in the background. I will let it run and I can do my work using that ampersand side. How? What we are supposed to do? Right now, I have pressed Control C to stop this ping request. Okay, so Control C, you can stop any command from running. Then we'll clear the screen. And now what we are going to do, we are again going to ping google.com, but at the end we are going to mention ampersand. Okay, so what it will do, it will run it in the background. Now there is one catch here. Whatever commands, if some commands we are running and there is some, like the command works in a way that it shows some output on the screen, right? So even though you run it in the background, but the output will keep on coming on the terminal. So right now you will understand if we run it, you see, right? This ping request or the output from that command is coming on. If we press enter, we can see that yeah, we have the access to the terminal. We can run the commands here, even if it is keeps going on. If I run, for example, clear, right? It will clear the screen, but again, the same data would come up because it is running in the background, and whatever output of that command is there, that will be shown on the screen. Okay. Now, for example, if I run who am I, right? That will also show me that I am the Kali user, right? Now, if I want to stop it, okay, I cannot do Control C. Why? Because that process is running in the background. So how are we supposed to stop a particular process that is running in the background? What we can do, we have to first of all find out its number that is assigned to that particular job or process. Okay, so we are supposed to run a command that is jobs. So when we run jobs, we can see that there is a command running in the background that is ping google.com and the number is 1. So how we are supposed to uh, stop that particular job is, we can bring it in the in the front first of all using FG and then %1. Just a moment, I will try again. FG and %1. Okay. Now if you see here, there is a message that it is running now. That means it is now running in the in the terminal itself. And now if you press Control C, right, that process will stop. So what we did, using jobs command, we found out what are the jobs running in the background. Okay, that was ping google.com only, and the number was 1. And then what we did, we tried to bring it in the front ground. Okay, that's why FG. So we mentioned FG space percentage one. Okay, if the job number was 2, we would mention FG space percentage 2. Okay, and then it will come in the front ground, and there we can press Control C to stop that particular process. Okay, again I will clear this screen. You got my point, right? We do, for example, we do google.com and ampersand. We sent it in the background. It is running in the background. We use jobs command to find out the ID for that particular background job. And then we can use FG space percentage one. Even if you are not putting it together, right? Because some output is here is on the screen, but still it would work. Okay, you have to just input FG space percentage one. And now you can see it is running in the front ground. And once you press Control C, it will stop. Okay, so that's all about like ampersand. You can use it to send a particular process in the background. Okay, just now we are again here. We are moving on to the double ampersand part. So double ampersand, it's like an AND operator. Okay, similar to programming as well. So what it will do, it allows you to run multiple commands together, but there is one catch here that the second command in the list will only run when the first command is executed successfully. For example, I will show it to you right here. We'll clear the screen, okay? What do we mean by running commands together? For example, I want to know what are the files in my current directory, okay? So I will run ls. Also, I want to know what is my current working directory, like the present working directory. So I will also use pwd command. Now, if I run it, you will see that first I can see number all the files in my current folder, and then it will also show me what is my current working location, that is /home/TryHackMe. Okay, now the catch is if the ls command was would have been not able to complete, then the pwd will also not run. Okay, that means this one has to be completed successfully for the second command to run. Now it can be used multiple times as well, like pwd and ampersand who am I, right? You can use it as many times as you want, but there is only one catch that the command previous to that one should complete for the next command to run. Okay, so you can see we got all the list for directories and files. Then we have our current working directory, and also who am I will show you what is the current logged in username. So that also we can see. Now we can use clear. So that's how you can use ampersand. Now this tilde sign, I guess we discussed a bit about it in previous sessions as well, but we will discuss it a bit more in depth. So how you can use it? It can be used to send the output of a particular command in another file actually. So for example, here we will use it. All right. Right now, if we use the ls command, we can see that these are the files and folders here. Now, what if I want to store this output in a particular file? So what I can do, I can use ls command. Then the like we are sending the output in a particular file. So I will like name it like list of directories, okay, and files. Okay. And on Linux, there is no requirement of .txt or like you don't have to mention a particular extension. By default, it will be considered a text file only. So I'm not using .txt here, but you can if you want to. Okay. Now, if you press enter, it didn't show us the output right here, right? Why? Because the output is sent to this file. Now, if we want to read the content of this particular file, what we can use? We can use scat command. Right? This one we have already discussed, and now we are going to press tab to auto complete the file name. Now, if I press enter, you can see, right? Sorry. So you can see the output of all the ls command here. All of these are right now being shown here. Okay, so that's how you can use it. Now, the one more thing, if I again, what if I put use echo to print something, okay, like my name is Tom, okay, and I send this output in this same file. Okay, what it will do, it will overwrite this file, okay, it will not update the file, it will overwrite the file, means whatever content was there, right, like access.log folder one, whatever is there in this file, it will get overwritten, and we will only have my name is Tom in this file. Okay, I will run this command. Again, I will show you the output of this file using cat command. See, the whole file is overwritten with the latest content that we sent to this using this sign. Okay. Now, to overcome this limitation, right? Like using this greater than sign, we can only override the file. If we want to update a particular file, so like append some data after the particular file name. So what we can use double greater than sign. Okay, how? Just a moment. Right now, see, we have this data in our particular file. That is, my name is Tom. Now, I want to put like a bit detail about my age as well. And I want to append it after a new line. Okay. So what I can do, I can again use echo to print something like my age is 25. Okay. I want to update this file. Okay. So I'm going to use double greater than and then the file name. Okay. The command ran successfully. Now what we are going to do, we are going to read this file using list. Okay. See, the file got updated. Now, by mistake, if I what I did, I am putting some data here, like I live in India, and I by mistake I use single quote, single greater than sign, and I put the file name like this, right? We are using single sign here, and I by mistake I forgot to use double greater than. I use single greater than. Then what that will mean that our file got overwritten with I live in India. You can verify it this way as well, right? So that is the difference. With single greater than sign, you can only override a file or create a file with new content, but with a double greater than sign, you can update the file as well. So that's all about these symbols. Now there is one more symbol that I mentioned in the group as well, that is pipe actually. This is what we call it. Now, see, using these symbols, you can save the output of a particular command in a file only, right? Like either you can override the file or update the file. But what if we want to send the output of a particular command to another command? For example, see, if I'm running the ls command right now, this is what we are getting, right? Now, what if I want to count how many words or how many lines are there, right? Using WC command, okay? So what I can do, I can run ls command similarly, but I will send the output of this to WC command, okay? Now earlier what we were doing, we were directly running WC space file name, but instead of file name, what we can do, we can read the output from another command's output as well. Okay, we can read the input from other commands output as well, which means now within the WC will run on this amount of content. Okay, so now if I run it, you can see, right? It is showing you there is 6 lines. Why? Because normally ls shows you in a single line only, but this space actually is a new line. So that's why 6 lines, then also 6 words, and the size of this whole content is 73 bytes. Okay, that's how you can do it. One more thing we can try, for example, uh, if we want to count how many words, how many lines are there in the output of PWD command. So also you can run it like this. See, the output of PWD is normally this one only, right? So that is only one line. There is no space. That's why it's only one word, and the size is in bytes is 16 bytes. So in future you can use it in other ways as well. For example, now, for example, you want to count access.log number of lines. Okay, earlier we did it this way, right? WC access.log, right? We did it this way. One another way is what we can do, we can read the content of this file and then send it to WC command. For example, we can read the file, okay, and not show it, but send this output to WC. Now also, if you see, we are getting the same content or almost same data. Why? Because we read this file and we send the whatever data was there, right? Whatever content is there in this file, it will run WC on that. So it will give us the same output similar to running it directly on the file name. So that's how you can use this that pipe symbol, which is this symbol on your keyboard. this symbol is known as pipe. Okay.